Hello and welcome to the AEC Business Podcast. Today we are exploring how smart sensors, data, and automation are transforming construction sites and building operations. My name is Arni Heiskanen, and my guest is Jarkko Haukijärvi, the founder and CEO of eGate Smart Building Innovation, a company known for its connected solutions for construction site monitoring. Jarkko, it's great to have you on the podcast.
Thank you, Arni, for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, let's start with your story. What inspired you to create eGate?
Well, it's a good question. Back in about 10 years ago, there was a lot of news headlines regarding building quality, indoor climate quality, moist and mold problems all over the Nordic countries and so forth. And as a father of five, I was thinking that something has to be done for that problem because it seemed that it's a huge problem. It has a huge societal impact. It's a huge cost for human beings, for our children, and so forth. And so I thought that something has to be done for that problem to be able to build healthier buildings in the future. That was the starting point. But quite soon as we studied the themes, so to say, we realized that basically we have to go to the construction site to take care of the certain things on the job site to be able to build healthier buildings. So we have to go to the construction site, and for that reason we went there, and it started from there like little less than 10 years ago. So that's the story.
Yeah, but you just a little bit about your background. So you have been in construction for how long?
For 20 years or something like that. I haven't been building per se, but I've been with construction logistics, with cleanliness, business and consulting business regarding the cleanliness of the job site and so forth. So I've been on the job sites for quite long, and of course, when being on the job site, it's easy to see that there's a lot of things that could be done better utilizing new technologies and IoT and data analytics and so forth. So yes, that's a kind of starting point for all of this.
Okay. So what are the key, let's say, how has this problem been solved previously, and what are the key points you're solving for contractors with these systems?
Yes, we are taking care of the, what is eGate? eGate is a data platform IoT solution. We are, measuring concrete coatability, concrete hardening processes. We are measuring relative humidity, temperatures, dust levels, and so forth. Back in the day, and to be honest, some builders do it still. They are not using any systems for making sure that these things are in a good place, or they are using and utilizing manual instruments or manual ways of doing these measurements, which is not good way of doing things.
Yeah, and I think that they are just doing like spot measurements, so it's not continuous.
Yes. It's impossible to get like real time insights and situational awareness of what's going on at the job site if it's not a real time thing going on at the job site.
So eGate consists of software naturally, but also hardware.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. We have wireless sensors. We have cloud platform, and of course the big thing for us is that we have also patented analytics built on the top of the huge amount of data that we have collected from the, I don't know, 1,000 or more job sites so far.
So what is the patent about?
Yes, it's about the concrete drying process and concrete drying computation called predict. It means that basically we get the data from the concrete, from the ambient air, and the patented feature, the software tells us are we on time or not. If we are lagging behind compared to target schedule, then everyone knows on the job site that something needs to be done, and it's a good place for start to acting on from the data, not from the guesswork, but from the data.
So it's predictive analysis.
Yeah, exactly. It's predictive analytics. So yeah.
Okay.
What it basically means that thus far we have been high precision kind of IoT, kind of system, but now we are also enabling the job sites to achieve their target schedule. So it's a big leap from a really high level, IoT measurement system to enabling the the concrete things going in the right time. So it's a big leap for us, and nobody else has similar features, of course. So it's a big deal for us.
Okay. So we know that construction sites are under really hard conditions sometimes due to weather and things like that.
And
How do you make sure that the measurements you get are accurate?
yeah, it's a good question. First of all, when it comes to hardware itself, it's been a long development process since like 7-8 years already, and it's never-ending story. Of course, we are improving the hardware together with our main partners. Yeah, we have to have robust kind of hardware on the job site, because it's the most difficult place on earth to almost, at least from our point of view, to get those measurements coming. And also when it comes to reliability of the hardware, the reliability of is the data accurate, for instance? Are the readings accurate? Are those reliable? We are always using third-party companies and entities to check our technologies every once in a while to make sure that it's really working. Of course, the calibration cycles, maintenance, and so forth are taken really seriously when it comes to eGate, because the thing is that if the data is not the highest possible with the quality, we cannot build anything from the data. We cannot have reliable analytics. We cannot have anything from the top of the data if it's not the highest possible quality. So that's the the thing. The high quality data is everything we are building with on the top of that. So
Okay. So we know that construction companies have dozens or sometimes even hundreds of applications, and oftentimes they are not connected. But how do you connect with any other systems or applications that the customers use?
yes, that's a huge pain point for the builders, because they are always telling us that they have already dozens of systems that they're using on a daily basis. And yes, we are connected. We are integrated with some of the major platforms, Procore, for instance, and Gramo Smart Control, which is a big thing in the Nordic Europe thus far. So it's in the core of our strategy to be able to integrate eGate and to be able to help the end user to get the data as easy as possible always. So and going forward, we are coming out with the new integrations also, and open with any discussions with any possible potential integration partner going forward. So it's really in the core of our doings all the time. So
So who are your customers currently?
yes, basically the construction companies. Those are the end users. But also our channel partners, we call them channel partners as Gramo, those rental companies, which are supplying the bigger package of services and hardware and whatever to the end user. But the end user is 99% of construction companies. So
Okay.
those builders.
And you operate in the Nordics, obviously, but how about for example, the USA?
Yeah. Now we are in a commercial phase in Nordic Europe and United States. So we have a couple projects going in States also, and it's of course a huge potential for us. And we have US patent for concrete ePredict feature. We have FCC approved, of course, hardware. This for a couple of years already. So we are ready to basically operate in all of Europe and all of the United States at the moment.
Can you share any examples of the benefits or what kind of value the customers have already received from your solution?
Yeah, the biggest benefit is that we have real-time 24/7 insight and understanding based on data, not on guesswork. It's really big deal if you think about it. You always know transparently what's going on the job site. Should something be addressed, more closer? Should something be, fixed? Is there too much, moisture, too much heat, too less something, too much particles on the breathing air, or is something going sideways? And we can react on the data. We can discuss on the data together with different entities and partners and shareholders and stakeholders. And of course the reports and the documentation will come from the data. So, but our customers are really happy with the reality that they don't have to, in the end of the day, they don't have to drive back and forth to the job site and back to the office to know what's going on at the job site. So they really can take their iPhones and iPads and whatever computers and just see what's going on and react from that. So it's a big deal to have like real-time insights from several projects. Sometimes there can be like dozens of projects with one project manager, and he can see what's going on in a couple of seconds. So
Okay, so it's a kind of a control center scenario.
exactly, it's like flight control or whatever. It's a good
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and I would imagine that without this accurate, timely information, you could lose a lot of money eventually.
Yeah. I've been discussing with those big builders. They are telling me that if they are going to have 1 week of delay with the concrete drying process, for instance, it's easily 100,000 euros or dollars and so forth, starting from that. So those are really big deals. The real big deal for builders to be able to be in time and to get rid of those extra costs which are related on being late. There are direct and indirect, costs which are related in that schedule angle. So it's really important. And it's also, of course, when utilizing something like eGate and really emphasizing the data and embracing it, it really helps the builders to build up, competitive angle and win those cases, make a little bit more profit. In the same time, look a little bit better to the developers or their customers from their customers' point of view. Also, make sure that their employees are in a good place when it comes to building, environmental safety and so forth and so on. So there are a lot of positive things around this real-time data-driven, world.
How easy is it to implement eGate?
It's really easy. It's really easy. If you think about the end user, the builder, it's really easy. Well, usually, because we are operating through and with our partners, there's always kind of middleman between us and the end user, which is only a good thing if you look at it from the end user's point of view, because then the end user can just kind of enjoy the data, the real-time insights, and let somebody else to do the hard work, the hard lifting, the drilling and installing the sensors and setting up the system on the job. But it's really easy. It's a matter of half an hour if you set it up on the job site, and it's up and running. So it's really easy. But from the end user point of view, it could not be any easier, because they just get the IDs to the system. Maybe they outsource it, the whole thing, to rental company or some other entity, and they just enjoy the ride. So
Yeah, so it's more like service based.
exactly. Yes, exactly right.
Okay. Um, Everybody's talking about AI nowadays. Do you need or use any artificial intelligence in your solution?
To be honest, not right now, and we have to be careful when it comes to kind of it's a new sexy thing, the AI, as we know, and of course we want to utilize it going forward, and we have started uh, development project in which we are getting our like multi-billion line data package from AWS, and then we are putting inside the artificial intelligence, and we'll see what's going to happen from that. But our goal is to utilize artificial intelligence so that the end user get the analysis a little bit more easier from the data, and knows what's to be done next. So it's something we are looking in the coming couple of years, but not that much yet. So
Well, you don't have to force AI into everything.
exactly. Step by step, but not throwing ourselves against the AI in the first.
Yeah. Um, how are sustainability and regulation driving your innovation roadmap?
Yeah, it's a big deal for us. For instance, European Union-wide or the latest work safety legislation related to hazardous particles in the breathing air in each and every industry sector. It's a big deal for us, because and by the way, the similar legislation is in place in the United States also, so-called silica dust legislation. Not sure what is the official name of that, but anyway, it's about work safety legislation, and it's a huge deal for us, because then the legislators give us opportunity to come up with the solution for that, and that's exactly what we have done regarding the dust sensors and related software features, and all of those things. It's all about and other things also. ASTM, things, and all of those things and are the ones that are enabling business potential for us. That's big deal for us, for sure.
Okay. So as a startup that uses both hardware and software, what lessons have you learned about running such a startup?
Well, it's a good question. First of all, the probably construction industry is the most traditional and complex industry possible. And I think that the key is to have patience, listen to customers, and not try to solve everything at once, because there are huge opportunities in old-fashioned traditional industry, but we cannot really no one can take care of it, fixing it all at once. So be patient, and and also when it comes to trusting the process, it's one of my key lessons. You just have to trust that you are in the right path of making big change, but it takes time, and you have to be consistent. You cannot forget about that. And also what I've come to learn during the last couple of years is that the ecosystem thinking is one of the most crucial ways. I don't know what I've been understood. So we have to create the value and understand how the value is created across the different stakeholders. We cannot be. It's about the connectivity. It's about the integrations. It's about understanding the whole playfield in which we are operating all the time. We cannot be like a lonely cowboy taking care of one thing as good as anyone could, but it's not enough. We have to be understand that we are part of the ecosystem. It's really big thing to understand, and of course the reliability of the system. If the data is not reliable, basically nothing else happens. Nothing else matters, and nothing else happens from that, because the customers are really critical when it comes to every new technologies and implementing new technologies. So you really have to take your time to prove that the technology is reliable before anything else can happen. Those are probably the things that I've learned since last few years.
Okay. How did you get your first customers, by the way?
It's a good question. Probably with our partnership with Cramo, which is the biggest rental company in the Nordics. So with Cramo, we could convince Cramo that we have something that nobody else can solve. We could solve the issue, by the way, years ago, regarding the reliability of concrete relative humidity temperature sensor, which is about coatability of the concrete flooring and so forth and so forth. We could came up with the most reliable and accurate sensor for that, and for that reason we could convince one of the biggest customers or partners back in the day that we can do something a little bit better than maybe other competitors, and it started from that. So first the reliability, and then everything else follows.
Well, before we wrap up, what's next for eGate?
Yes, well, the internationalization, the taking care of more opening new countries, growing the business in Europe, in the United States. We have just launched funding round. We have to take care of getting a little bit more resources inside company to boost the kind of scale up phase, and of course bringing new features, discussed artificial intelligence features, new capabilities regarding new sensors, new integrations, basically growing the business all over the world, basically. Well, Europe and United States, not all the world, but the main. No, well, we are open for anything. So those are the main goals for us.
Okay, so if anybody is interested in partnering with you, they can certainly contact you.
Yes, please do that. We are open for discussions.
So where can our listeners learn more about your work and connect with you?
Well, I'm quite active in LinkedIn, of course, where you can find me and the eGate as a company, of course, and also eGate.io is a place to visit if you want to learn more about us.
Okay. So thanks so much, Jarkko, for joining me, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in to the AEC Business Podcast. You can find all episodes at aec-business.com and on your favorite podcast platform. So, see you.
Thanks for listening. Subscribe to this podcast and visit aec-business.com, the award-winning blog, for more news and stories.